Ethan Broome, and I kind of want to sit down and talk to him a little bit about how he got started in hunting and how it led him to the style of hunting that he's doing today. So Ethan, give us a little bit of your background.
Well, started hunting as early as I can remember. I don't remember a time not being in the woods growing up. I kind of got away from it probably in my early 20s, about the time my daughter was born, and went back with her. I think you went too a couple of times. I carried her just to get her in the woods, and I got the itch real bad to get back into it, start going. So when I got back into it, I really wanted to do more bow hunting, just because the way the regulations lay out where we live. There's a lot of bow hunting opportunities that most people don't take because it's hot, it's muggy. On up into later season, nobody's bow hunting because there's all these rifle hunts. There's 50 rifle hunts around here.
Yeah, they wait for cooler weather and less mosquitoes.
Yeah, exactly. And then a lot of people are successful like that too, which is fine, but I want to do something different. So about 2018, I started really hunting hard again. And it was almost like learning everything all over. I had the fundamentals, the basics that were beat into my head as a kid, but I was going out now learning a different style of hunting, more of a close range type deal, and more or less learning the landscape too.
Still building your confidence as you go.
Yeah. At that point, I'd never killed anything with a bow, so I was, not a deer anyway. And tried turkey hunting too, and I sucked first year. First year I turkey hunted by myself, I was terrible. And carried a bow. You were there that morning when I carried the bow. Thought I was going to be John Rambo and slice a tom turkey with a bow. That didn't work out.
It was just going to come easy, didn't you?
I got drawed on him. It couldn't.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
I kept trying to get them.
That was public.
I kept trying to get you the shot, so I called them back probably about 3 times.
Well, we had two. We had two up above us, on flat above us. We're on the side of a mountain in public land, and had a guy that never been turkey hunting before in his life, and he was just all about it and wanted to go.
I didn't know this at the time.
Yeah, and he was asking me for a decision. I want to go turkey hunting. I said, come on. So I called you. We all 3 went, and I knew kind of where they were going to be at, where they're going to be roosted, and hadn't heard them gobble yet. We've been going out there 2 or 3 days before the opener, and hadn't heard a gobble, and I'm thinking, this is going to suck, And of course they had sign everywhere back there. And anyways, we got back there to the back, and we're kind of standing there at the bottom of the mountain right before daylight, and just gobbles
You looked
everywhere.
at me and said, what do we do? I said, let's go towards them.
Let's start sneaking in there.
I said, they're on that flat, let's go.
Yeah, we snuck up on 2. Come to find out it was 3. And I didn't find that out till I belly crawled up the mountain where I could get a shot with a bow. And
yeah, they kind of got to that flat before.
yeah, y'all had a good spot where y'all were at, a really good spot, even though they were above you. And I was wondering why Alex wasn't shooting that.
Yeah, I told Alex, I said, you kind of go over this side. So Ethan's going to go there.
He had some stuff in the way. He never hunted. He didn't know his shotgun.
I wanted to sit back from y'all over there. That way they would come closer in.
Yeah, he didn't know.
Since I was the one calling.
Yeah, he could have took that shot easily. But he done the safe thing and done what he thought he should have done. He didn't take it. But that Tom's up there just strutting. I can see his tail feathers in his head. I can see the hen every now and then. I thought, I'm gonna shoot him. He's 25 yards. I can kill that thing. So I crawled up a little bluff there and got behind a big mountain oak and got in a good position to draw on him. Put my release on. I'm on the ground, like on my knees, like this, watching him.
I know. I'm watching you out of the corner of my eye, thinking he's gonna get a shot.
There's a big rock about the size of a car right to the right of me, and another flat that I'm up on, and I just see movement over here. I'm like, I look, and there's this big old Tom.
What was he, 10 yards?
I wasn't even that far. He was probably 10 feet. He was on the other side of the rock. He didn't know I was there. And so I'm sitting there at that moment like, oh crap, So I had my release clipped on. I thought, I'm just going to sit still, and if he doesn't see me and he turns his head, I'm going to draw on him. So he did. He kind of come out there strutting, and as soon as he put his back towards me, I just drew in one motion, put on him. That thing, his feet were churning before he ever putted. He was gone.
But the funny thing was, I called him back, and with the 3 of them, almost were getting another shot.
Yeah,
but at a certain point, I'm like, Okay, they're not going to keep coming.
I just got that bow like a month before we went hunting that morning, so I wasn't really comfortable with that bow yet. Had it been now, I'd have sliced it.
Yeah, I know when you got that bow, you was all fired up. I'm going to kill me a turkey.
Oh,
I'm going to kill a deer
I bet I
this
shot
year.
200 shots a day for just a month straight until turkey season. That was all I was focused on. I wanted to kill a turkey with a bow.
Well, I remember when you were younger and we got your compound, and we're thinking, okay, what was she getting? It was a PSC Spider or something, and we knew that they could change the modules or the cams as you grew.
Yeah.
We didn't know you was going to grow as fast as you did in one summer. It was like you was this 5 foot tall boy, and all of a sudden you was like 6 foot tall. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to have to find another bow. So we found the Matthews.
Yeah, I think I went from a 26-inch draw to a 30-inch draw one season.
Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, but I didn't, even then, I bow hunted a little, but I wasn't really like into it. It was like most people, it's something I did until it was rifle season. Then I was fired about hunting. Early season, I didn't know what I was doing. So 3 years ago, I got back into it, and I wanted to bow hunt, and I wanted to learn it and get good at it, because really nobody's bow hunting where I hunt at on public. There's a few people, but there's not a lot of pressure. It's a really good opportunity. It's tricky because it's a WMA. It's mountainous. There's a lot of, it's a big mountain, but there's a lot of ridges and little hollers and stuff like that. So, you've got to predominantly, whatever the wind is, say it's a west wind or northwest wind predominantly, and you say, okay, I'm gonna hunt right here. It's gonna be a great spot this morning. You get up there and the wind's just kicking, doing this.
Those thermals are different.
It's a trick to learn the thermals, but I started hunting up there, and I kind of learned as I went. Second year, I got good at it. I had some encounters with bucks, with shooter bucks, and just never. I was still hunting with the old Matthews with the Z-Max. It's like a 1997 Z-Max.
That's right. I forgot that you.
It was 30 yards was like maximum range for that bow, and I couldn't shoot great with it. It had I don't know what that sight was, old square single pin sight.
It's probably like.
It had
probably some Walmart brand.
It had the metal string loop, and then it had the metal arrow rest.
Like a Hunter Supreme.
Yeah.
It was terrible. 2 prongs.
When you drawed it sounded like you were crunching a Coke can.
You had to keep the rubber on that, the heat shrink on that.
Yeah, I had one side.
You had to keep that up, because if you didn't, that metal would stick through there and rub on your
I had one side fall off out there in the yard, and I was shooting it. I went from being dead on at 30 to shooting about 8 inches to the right at 30. So I pulled the other side off, and then I was shooting 4 inches low, and I was always adjusting the size.
Yeah. Well, on those old rests like that, I found out, each year when you start out shooting again, check to make sure both of them are slid back the same distance, because you can go to shoot, and one of those pieces of heat shrink could be slid forward a little bit, and you're thinking, well, my sights were right last time I shot it. What's going on? And 9 times out of 10, that's what it is.
I've still got that sight right now. Anyways, but like I said, I had the aspiration to kill one with a bow on that piece of public, because nobody was doing it. So I ended up hunting that season, had some good encounters. Nothing was in range I felt comfortable shooting, or maybe the situation happened, like I had bucks come in 2 different directions, and I'm just sitting there not knowing what to do, can't move. And I ground hunted a whole lot, didn't tree stand. And I bought a Summit Climber that year, and would carry it to a place, leave it, and move it as needed where I wanted to hunt.
Reposition.
Yeah, so that's what I started hunting 21 season with. I didn't kill anything 2020 season. I got on the bucks, figured out kind of what they were doing, where they were hanging out, where they like to be at different times of the year. I carried that knowledge into 21. I had the Summit. I run cameras up to February, and then I pulled them in turkey season. I put them back out in July, and actually got COVID in August when Hadley got COVID.
That's right.
And anyway, so I was out of work for a little while on that. Got to feeling better, and I thought, I'm gonna go up on the mountain, check the cameras. And went up there that day after a hard rain, had a pretty steady wind and wet leaves. And I just went in there like I was hunting. I actually walked up on a bachelor group with 7 bucks.
Yeah, you actually sent me some video from your phone.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. You were around them for a pretty good while.
Oh yeah, they knew. Watching them. They knew I was there. They didn't know what I was. They weren't really spooked. They couldn't smell me. I don't know how you didn't see me. I actually saw the biggest one first. He was bedded front of a red oak, and I thought, that can't be a deer. And I just walked down this drainage, this little flat that I'd never been to, but I put cameras on it, you know, like I said, postseason in February. Didn't really get nothing crazy on camera, but I knew it was a good spot for bucks. It was like a point almost, and you had a main, you know, waterway down at the bottom right here that run the length of the mountain, and then you had a little feeder stream, like a wet weather branch that run into it, and on down 300-400 yards was another one. So that little point was just like a
funnel area.
Oh yeah, it had everything you wanted.
Good transition.
And you know, judging off the sign 2020, I knew they were bedding down there, but I was too chicken to go down there and hunt it.
That's why I said you had to build your confidence.
Oh yeah, I went down there and walked up on them, and then from that point on, I was like, I'm gonna hunt this spot. And I carried you in there opening week. I think we went on like a Wednesday. We got rained on.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah, my boots ain't never been the same. They're waterproof snake boots.
Yeah.
They filled up with water. I couldn't get the water out of them, so now I buy me nurse boots.
Yeah, well, we got up. We set till 9:30, I think, and it's foggy. That mountain, if it's any kind of humid or wet, it's gonna get foggy. And you're not gonna be able to see. And we're, you know, a mile and a half, 2 miles from the truck.
Yeah, you get stung by a yellow jacket.
Oh yeah, we did it. But we got up, decided to move, and I said, let's go make a big loop. And I said, we'll check all these trail cameras. On the way out, we run into.
I remember this.
Never seen it, but we run into a buck that almost like a buck roar. There was a deer blowing.
I know we both stopped dead in their tracks. Is that what I just thought?
I thought, yeah.
The big congregation of doe stuff. I knew where buck sign was already at.
You trying to catch one wind checking? That sort of same thing.
So I didn't have a tree stand or nothing with me, and I was gonna hunt the ground, and I found this tree. Didn't know exactly where you know. We just come up there the day before, but I knew I was gonna kill one.
Yeah.
I was bound determined I was gonna kill one, and I found a blowed over tree, had all these big roots up, and it was a perfect hole under it, and it was shadowed good. I had a 303 British, old military rifle. I mean, if I couldn't shoot the deer and kill it with it, I could swing it and hit it and knock them out. You know? I mean, it was heavy. I learned later on, don't polish the brass butt plate on that because it'll right up and hit you in the face when you shoot. But I was sitting under that, and I was perfectly shadowed, you know.
Yeah.
They couldn't see my movement, and I sat there all that evening and watching and looking, and I decided when it was getting closer to, you know, I'm not going to have a whole lot of shooting light left, maybe my last 45 minutes or so of daylight, I thought, okay, I want to grunt on 15-minute intervals, you know.
So you were getting kind of aggressive as it got later.
Yeah, so I thought, okay, I haven't seen them, but I know later in the evening that's when I'm probably going to get my shot.
Yeah,
but I want this buck to think, okay, another buck's already got a doe in here, maybe cornered. So I grunted, you know, kind of not real aggressive, but I would grunt, and I'd wait 15 minutes, you know, I'd check, grunt, look around 15 minutes. At one point I thought that I heard a buck grunt, but it was back behind me, and I'm trying, you know, to see. I keep surveying the area and stuff, and there's like a cave overhang up above me. Yeah. I can't see it, but there's a mountain lord, so it kind of comes and tapers down. So I'm looking, you know, searching each time, and so the last time I caught, I was sitting there looking, and I kind of started this direction, moving my eyes around that way, and I look, and there he stands, right there in front of me, like the old insurance commercial, that buck, you know.
The elk or the stag.
Yeah, you know, he's standing there proud, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, there's a 9-pointer standing right there in front of me. So my rifle's already kind of pointed that direction, because I'm right-handed. I get it up, and, you know, I put it on that shoulder. He's kind of standing quarter in two, so I didn't want to put it, you know, right at the heart, because I'm thinking the angle that I'm shooting. So I put it more forward on the shoulder and shot, and man, I seen him hunker and bolt, and then he just kind of went straight down below me where I couldn't see him, and I thought, oh no, I hit that deer. I know I hit that deer.
It's weird how they go to water like that every time.
Yeah, and so the creek's down below him, and I sit there and wait a few minutes, and I belly crawled up there, and I looked off, and I seen him on the ground down below me, but his head's, you know, kind of bobbing like this. And so I kind of backed back up, and I thought, well, maybe I should take another shot. Well, he turns around, he sees me. And so he kind of rolls and gets his way down to the creek. I just back on out of there. I'm making a big circle to go back. It's because he's down that way. I'm making a big circle to go back that way. Because I know camp's up there, and I'm like, I want to help trailing him. He went down toward that creek. So I go all the way back. Turn my hat around like this. I'm going through the woods in a hurry. I get up to the camp, and they're like, "Did you shoot one?" I said, "Yeah, y'all need to come, help me trail it." And anyway, we get back down there, and we're trailing. We see the blood. Well, we tell it crosses the creek. Well, then we lose it. And I was like, "No, he's not going, because it's uphill on the other side. It's like this either side." He crossed that creek 4 times, and then ended up he was in the creek.
Yeah, he tried to go up. He
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
but when we got done, it was all men at the camp. None of them killed nothing that weekend. And one of the guys said, "You know what? I'm gonna wear my hat backwards next time I'll kill one." I said, "Well, I didn't have mine on backwards when I shot it." I said, "That was when I was trying to hurry and get to the woods, knock my hat off getting back." Well, we're gonna take a break here, and we've got some bacon cooking inside, and we're gonna eat us some breakfast. It might be burning, yeah. But we'll get back and finish this conversation. Ethan's going to test his arrows with this steel force broadhead, so we're going to set up the GoPro on the target here. And yeah, I'm coming that way and see how the arrow flies. Be right back. I'm going to do some product review of Ethan's gear here, see what it is he uses during his hunting season to help him better off during the season, what type of gear he uses as far as backpacks, bow, arrows, broadheads. Go ahead and give us a little detail of what you've been using this year.
Well, I started shooting this Creed right here last year. I actually started last turkey season, 21. It's I think a 2013 Matthews Creed solo cam. I got it secondhand from a guy that I know. He's hunted with it for, I think he bought it new. He's been hunting with it ever since. He actually went with a double cam bow, 60-pound pull this year. And as far as arrows, I'm shooting gold tip Hunter XT Pro 340 spine. Yeah, these are good arrows.
You said 240 spine?
340.
340.
Yeah.
I said 240.
Yeah. It's a 30-inch draw bow, so total arrow weight with broadhead, I'll be shooting somewhere around 510 to 515 this year.
You're doing the FOC on your arrows?
Nah, not yet. I'm still just, I will eventually, but right now my FOC is probably 40%. It needs to be down around 25. But,
yeah.
They still fly good. They fly good up to 60. I'm shooting these this year. Like I said, that's those saber-tooths, steel force saber-tooths.
Fixed blade, but you got bleeder blade too.
Yeah, it's a lot like a Magnus Stinger on steroids. It's big. But a stabilizer, it's a King B stabilizer somebody gave me. I put the HHA optimizer light on there, the sight. I like it.
It's single pin.
Yeah, single pin. Yeah, I have a hard time. My eyes aren't that good, so I have a hard time with a bunch of pins.
Yeah.
Being able to see. This same bow that I've been shooting 2 years, but I am going to change broadheads this year. And you look at the quiver, and I don't know if you noticed this the other day. Here's a broadhead, or an arrow with a muzzy broadhead. Here's one with the steel force, about 1 inch difference. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the arrow flight being better, but
I noticed you got some numbers on your veins.
yeah.
Tell us about that, why you've got them numbered.
Well, I mean, I've got a dozen of these arrows, and I just practicing with them during the year, target tips. I try to find arrows that, if I've got one, it seems like it tends to drift to the right, or maybe it's a little low every time. I number them, that way I can keep track of it. I can write it down and see, what's going on. Maybe it's not me, maybe it's the arrow. There's something going on with the arrow, the insert, the knot, or something. It just helps me keep track of what's what when I'm shooting.
Yeah.
That way when the season gets here, I'm not guessing at it. I'm not just screwing broadheads in and shooting the deer. I know what they're going to do before I ever pull the trigger.
That's good to know, yeah.
Yeah, it's a year-round thing for me now, shooting like that.
What kind of backpack you using?
This year I'm changing backpacks. I ran a little small backpack last year with a saddle, and it was fine early season. When it got colder and I was packing in extra clothes and stuff, it didn't quite have enough room, so I was like rolling my overalls up and tying them with a bunch of strap hooks on the backpack. I carried my Predator platform for my saddle on the outside of my backpack. If I brought sticks, I was toting them.
Yeah.
Just carrying them in.
Yeah.
So this year, I think this is a Cabela's brand. What is this thing? I think it's a 4000. Not sure. It's a multi-day pack, but it's a frame
It's like
pack.
for outfitters.
It's kind of like an elk hunting backpack,
Yeah.
really. But it's got these good thick pads on it and stuff, but it's a frame pack. So, if I kill one 2 or 3 miles deep, I'm not dragging him out. I'm not getting the deer cart and going through all trouble. I'm gonna cut him up, pull him on back, and go.
Right.
This thing expands, so I can unzip it, and it'll go from being the size it is now to being about that thick. I can tote out, 50, 60 pounds of meat if I need to.
Yeah. You able to tote your sticks on your backpack now?
Yeah, I actually hooked them up on the side, so I put 2 sets of sticks on each side. I'm probably just gonna run 3 sticks this year.
Yeah.
And some rope aiders.
Those aiders really come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's A lot of times, what, an extra, maybe 2 foot.
Yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is putting like a 4-foot aider, a two-step aider on my bottom stick, rolling it up, and just packing all 3 on one side or maybe on top of the backpack. I'll just have to try it. So.
Yeah, I've been checking into the aiders. They've got one that, you know, it kind of hooks to your side, and when you start out on your bottom stick, as you go up and you step on your stick, you know, it kind of releases and lets you restart again.
Yeah, I've seen guys climb trees just with that aider.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty neat.
A lot of lightweight.
I don't know. I may eventually go to something like that. I'm gonna try these. The sticks are pretty cheap. I think I give $150 for 4 sticks. It's an improvement from last year what I ran.
Have you got a set of your sticks or something you can show us what you're using?
I've got one here. So
that's the Hawk Helium.
Yeah, this is a Hawk Helium 20. I would have bought
two-step.
Yeah, I would have bought something different. They're actually kind of hard to get around
I know
here.
everything's been out of stock.
But I'm gonna paint these, and I may do away with those straps and put use some Amsteel straps or something.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I love the Amsteel straps on my Skeletors.
This don't weigh nothing. This is probably.
Were they 2 pounds?
Yeah, I think they're a little less maybe.
Yeah, it's
Either way.
I weighed all 4 of my Skeletors.
Yeah.
8 pounds. There's four sticks, and they're 2 pounds a piece, but I'm toting 8 pounds. But I like the Amsteel because you don't have that buckle sound, or you don't have to tighten the buckle. You bring it around and got that locking system. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is neat. I do like these straps as far as just being easy to use. They've actually got I'll show you. I don't know what you call this, the web almost. So what ends up happening? These things have got a hole in them, weaved in.
Oh, I see, yeah. So you got multiple places that you can
the whole thing
adjust
like
it. Let's wrap it.
The whole thing's like that. Yeah.
You know, they've got a strap you can use around the top of your tree like that, so you can, hang more stuff with your platform, more gear.
Yeah.
That's better than the strap that I started out with on my Hawk Helium.
Yeah, because you had the metal buckles and all that stuff.
Yeah, that strap seems a whole lot lighter too.
Yeah, I'd used this before. Actually, before I bought sticks, I tried yours, and I knew somebody else that had some of these, the 20-inch heliums. I didn't know what the difference was when I used them at the time, and I got to thinking about it, and it was just strap.
Yeah.
And of course, they're shorter, but
that was the problem I had with my, I like the Hawk Heliums, but as far as like backpacking a long ways or whatever,
they get in the way.
I'm a short person. Yeah. They're long. They catch on stuff.
Yeah,
I'd have to take my hand or hang them low on my backpack just so I wouldn't be catching stuff over my head.
Yeah.
But the Skeletors, that was a big step up for me, and I climbed a telephone pole at my mother's the other day. About 3 times she needed a light change, so I use my Skeletors for more than just hunting, because I do carpenter work, and if I need to go up something that I can't get up with a lighter, I go with a Skeletor and use my saddle. But from the top stick down, as I took my Amsteel strap off, nothing in my hands was touching that Skeletor stick, and it was still stuck to the tree. That's how good they lock in and peg to that tree. They bite it good.
Yeah, I would have actually bought those if I could have got them. They were out of stock, and I tried to get them for a few months, and I finally just getting close to season. I bought the Hawks, and like I said, that's an improvement from what I did last year. I monkey climbed everything last year. It was really dangerous.
The only reason why I was able to get Skeletors, I follow them tethered on Instagram. And they had made a post about a shipment. They was unloading the truck at the time up in Nashville, and they said, if you want them, order now. And I jumped right on it and ordered me some.
Really not a bad price either. What were they, $300?
No, that was less than $300. I think it was something like $224 maybe.
Yeah, that's about what I get for that. Not much more.
Yeah. Now my Hawk Heliums, I got those pretty reasonable. They ended up, I think, less than $100, but we had spent money at Sportsman's, and so we had some $50 off coupons and stuff, so I got them a lot cheaper, and they did what I needed for the first year.
Yeah.
I'm going to use them as backup, or they're going to be in a place where, I hunt. I may go, like a quick hunt, and I already know what tree and stuff I want to be in, and I can just kind of leave them on the tree.
Yeah, or at least do like I was doing with my climber a couple of years ago. You carry it to an area, leave it on a tree, lock it up. You get out there and you want to move 200 yards, you just pick it up and move it.
Yeah.
You don't tote it in and out every time.
Well, thanks for all the, information on your gear. I hope that helps somebody out.
I got 2 more things.
Oh, what you got?
So this, I shot I think it was a True Fire. I don't know. It's the same release I've had forever.
True Fire, you can get those at Cabela's, Bass Pro, Walmart.
This is a Scott's. I actually bought 2 of them. I'll give you the other one.
Yeah, you asked me what I'd been shooting, and I've been shooting the Scott's for like 30 years.
Yeah, everybody that's shot bows for a long time, they shoot Scott's, seems like.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the cheap version of the Scott's. This is a Shark, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that. It's a single caliper, which is not necessarily what I want, but
yeah,
I bought that one for $30-40, and then I bought the like $80 one that was a dual caliper.
Yeah.
I actually like that one a lot better. It's a little rough on my string loop, but I just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, that the Scott's I have, that it opens like alligator jaws, both open. It's not one-sided. I said that's less wear on your loop.
The thing I like about this, as opposed to that other one, is that it's simple. It's just a string, so it's really free.
Yeah.
I can move this. I mean, I can draw in the most awkward position you can imagine, which means you got to sometimes with this thing, and it's still the same. But that other one, it was a solid shaft. The dual caliper, I didn't like it. I felt kind of
mine's got the shaft on it. Yeah.
And the rangefinder. Actually, I think I bought this last year, but I'm gonna run it this year. It's a I don't even know what model it is. It's a Vortex. I bought the binos and the rangefinder all together.
Yeah, I love their binos. I got
a 1300, I think.
Yeah, I've got a small set of Vortex binoculars that I carry in my pack. Mm-hmm. And then when I'm not hunting and I'm just kind of driving up and down the roads or through the dirt roads and I'm looking for deer, I got a set of that I got from Cabela's. They're a lot heavier, but they're real clear for doing my glassing when I'm driving around. But I use my Vortex for in the woods.
I use this more than I use these like binoculars in the tree, because most of the time I'm not going to be trying to look 250 yards out from where I'm hunting at. I mean, I carry a pair of Vortex on my chest on the harness. Most of the time I've got these dudes clipped on here and I'm in the saddle. Just pop them up and look. If there's something I think I might want to shoot at, I'm going to go ahead and range it on that. I'll even sit up in the tree sometimes when I'm not seeing deer, and I'll look at trails, funnels, anything that looks like a deer might come through, and I'm going to range that spot before I ever try to draw or try to shoot something. If something comes by there, I know right off the bat, okay, that's 26 yards, or that's 35 yards, whatever. I try to pick some lanes and range spots, range rocks, and just whatever.
Yeah, it's always a good thing to know your ranges from where you're sitting at, and not be like when a deer comes in last minute, it's like, well, I'm not sure, is that 30 yards, is that 20 yards,
It's a rush.
Don't guess, figure it out beforehand.
I don't want to be rushing if I'm just pull the trigger.
You got to have all your confidence in that you've got set up right, that you know all your lanes, that you can make that shot, and you're not going to be pressured when you go to make the shot.
Exactly. Yeah, that's basically the only changes I've made. And I may even try this year. I think I'm going to try to hunt some bottomland stuff, like some creek bottoms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some ag, and just to do something different.
Yeah. I've always been one of those people that I'll hunt ditch drainages, fence lines, creek bottoms. I find the bottlenecks and the where it just funnels down to, because you can go out and hunt a spot and you have a wide area that the deer's moving in. Well, bring your chances closer to being able to see one. If you funnel it down, you bring it down to a pinch point.
They're just like me and you. They're not going to walk with the nastiest stuff out there. They don't have to.
No, and a deer will take the path of least resistance.
Exactly. I may even try, like I was telling you the other day, got that kayak. I may even try kayaking into some places. If I kill one, I'm going to get him out. Throw him on the kayak and wade the creek or something. But
yeah, that's always
we'll cross that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate all the good info you gave us.
Yep.
And we're planning on having you back on here doing some more talking. We'll see what you get this year during the season. Keep us up to date.
Maybe nothing. You never know.
Well, it's the time in the outdoors is what counts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's experience. You're learning all the time.
Yeah, we're all blessed with that.
Yep, that's right.
Well, that'll be a wrap for us today.